Hello farmers, and welcome back to a rainy Pichonniere Valley on Farming Simulator 25. Hope everyone's having a good start to the weekend. As for us today in the game, well, it is raining. I do got some harvesting I need to get to. It is July. We got, I think, 2 rye fields and a canola field left to harvest. The issue being is, well, it's raining now, and it's 6 o'clock in the evening. It's going to rain until dark, and when I wake up, it'll be raining again. The rain should stop here in a little bit. Maybe there'll be enough daylight for us to get one of the fields done. That way in August, I don't have 3 fields to try to get done in the afternoon. So we're going to speed up time just a little bit here and see if the rain stops at 7. Does it stop at 7? No, the forecast said by 9 it would stop. I know it's only 7 now, but the forecast is only for every 2 hours, so I'll have to wait and see. Hello, Bob. Welcome. Hope your weekend has started off well. So, yeah, we're not going to get any harvesting done. I mean, I could harvest at night, but then you guys aren't going to see nothing, and I'm not going to see a whole bunch of nothing either. Yeah, so let's just go ahead and just call it a month here. Before we go to bed, let's check the sale page. And, yeah, the only thing I'm looking for is the harvester and the Kubota M7, I think it is. Either the M7 or M8. One of the two. Oh, I probably should check on the animals, but I'm pretty sure we took care of them here. Yeah, the cows are good for 2 months, and the chickens, I'm sure, are good for another 3 months. And I think I can feed them some rye. I think. I'm not sure about that. Let's sleep until 8 o'clock. It's going to be raining when we wake up as well, so we're going to have to just find things to do in the morning, I suppose. It will be August, so I could plant some fields. Is it raining again? Yes, it's raining again. All right. Sale page. Yeah, nothing that we could use. I could use the Fendt, but we do have a restriction of no tractors over 200 horsepower on the series, and you can see there, the lowest that can be is 296. So that's a little bit over our limit. So that's going to have to wait. It's a weekend. As being a content creator, you don't have weekends anymore. Every day is kind of the same. It feels that way anyways. So while it's raining and I can't harvest, nothing in the sales shop, I need to start figuring out our fields for next year. August is the month I can plant canola. So we are in field number 36. And it was winter wheat and then canola. So 36, winter wheat and canola. 36, winter wheat and canola. So now we got to change what this crop is going to be. Vetch rye. No, we're not going to be planting rye. I could do triticale. That is a pretty good yield. Triticale or rye. Let's see what else we got here. That's a good crop that we could plant. Sorghum. I could do some sorghum. Oh, I don't have a planter. I need a planter for that. We don't have a planter. All right. No, corn. I could do oats at 120, but then, yeah. Spring barley is good. What about winter wheat and barley? Planting in the winter would be better because they get much more yield, as we found out early on in the season. Winter wheat, winter barley. All right, so winter barley in this field. And I don't think I can plant that until September. Yeah, September is when I can plant that. All right, so I got 1 month to get this field all set. Let's go over to... Wait, what are the fields that I harvest so far? Wait, what are the fields that I harvest? I'm just having a brain fart here of what we did here. I harvested this field. That's our grass field. Oh, this field, 65. All right, so field 65. This was mustard. So oats and then mustard in field number 65. 65. Oats and then mustard. So now we want to plant probably canola. All right, so this field here, we're going to throw canola in. That's 110% yield. So that is ready for this month to be planted in. All right, so we're going to put canola in here. Did I harvest any other fields currently? So now we got this one. So we got to harvest in this month. I gotta harvest them this month because this is the last month I can do it. 94. I gotta harvest 16 and 24. And then of course we got our grass fields to take care of. Okay, I think we're kind of cut up in the morning. Let me just double check on the forecast. Where are we with the forecast here? So it's going to be raining at noon, so somewhere around 1, and it says by 2 o'clock the rain will stop. So hopefully it does. I mean, like again, I could slow down the time scale to ×1, and we get the harvest done no problem. But I'm going to try to leave it at ×3 to see if we can get it done. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to prep the grass fields. These do need some lime. The other thing I haven't checked on in a while is, do I need any soil sampling done? And it looks like everything... Actually, I got to go to this page here. Field number 62 is getting low, but that is good for another one. And field number 94 is low. So, all right. So no soil sampling is needed as of yet. Am I going to start a new series? Nothing planned as of right now. So there should be maybe some lime in here. It could be empty. I don't know. Let's see. August. I'm trying to think. Do I need to sell anything in August? The milk. Oh, yeah. Let me. Oh, boy. I didn't check the production building. Hopefully we're not full on milk. Okay. We're getting awfully close to be full on butter. Sorry, I meant to say butter. What do we got for butter? Butter. The price is $13.60. It's going up. We got $150,000 worth of butter. That I'm gonna have to go take care of at some point here. Probably after I get done spreading these fields with lime. But I mean, if you're asking if I'm going to start a new series for a recorded series, not for a little bit longer. Actually, I've been kind of enjoying when I live stream Farm Sim now, not having the recorded series going. It was just getting to be a little bit too much Farm Sim 25 for myself, so taking a break from the recorded series. And we've had a lot of other games come out recently, and I'm trying to keep up with them. Even getting other recorded series out, like Transport Fever 2, which I did release an episode of that. Well, literally just now, I suppose. And City Skylines 2. I haven't even got my episode of ATS recorded for tomorrow yet. So I hope I can get that done later on today at some point. But if I don't, just a busy time of year to be trying to get real life stuff done and trying to get live streams and videos done. And if I bring this up, we can kind of see where I need to go. If your fields look, I assume you might be using precision farming when referring to patchy lime and fertilizer when spreading. If you don't want the patchiness, for the most part, what you gotta do is you gotta go down to settings right here. So under precision farming, you probably want to turn off the realistic spread pattern, because as you probably realize, in real life when you're spreading, the closer you are to the spreader, it's going to be more, you're going to get more of the material on the ground. The further you get from the spreader, even though it has a working width of, let's just say 20 meters, when you get up to the 20 meters, it's not going to be as prominent as pH because you're not getting as much fertilizer on the outskirts of the working width rather than the inside. So you probably want to turn that off. So you can see here, spreaders do apply a different amount of fertilizer or lime on the outsides compared to the insides. This one here, I'm not sure what this does. Spreaders apply more fertilizer or lime on the ground if you drive too slow. You might want to turn that off as well. So, like if you're going uphill, it's going to apply more. If your working speed is slower, going up a hill than going downhill, it's going to put down more in that area. So that's why you're probably getting the patchiness and not even spreading. So if you got precision farming on, you want even spreading, turn both of these off. I'll leave them both on because I'm trying to keep it as realistic as possible. And I don't mind. However you prefer. Hello, Ramed. I'm not sure if that's how you would pronounce that. I'm giving it a shot. But welcome. Hope you're having a good Saturday so far. Got to get our grass fields back up. You can see our grass fields are getting a little bit spotty. So maybe next year I'll have to purchase the seed drill from the Veredo pack that will allow me to replant the field. Again, in this series here, I'm not allowed to lease or borrow. So I just can't borrow it to use it at one time every 3 years. I'm going to buy it. It's not too expensive. It's like 40,000, something like that. Alright, our two small grass fields are done. Might as well go top off with some lime. And then we'll go do the big field. And then I guess I can start spreading some manure down on the fields. Especially the canola field I need to plant. I don't want to plant in the rain because that's going to... Working in the fields while it's raining will slow you down quite a bit. Oh, that's right. I got silage bales over here that I need to sell. Oh, no. Oh, no. I think I'm keeping them. Well, this field looks like it's getting a lot of damage. I may have to reseed this field sooner rather than later. Kind of forgot I'm keeping the bales. Because we were getting kind of low on silage bales and hay bales for the cows. So yeah, we're not getting that lucky with this year's harvest in the rain. We're getting a lot of rain. And again, right now I'm kind of saving up money for the harvester, but looks like by the time I can afford the harvester and a new header, harvest season will be over. Hello, Chris. Welcome. Hope your weekend has started off well. As for buying more fields for this farm, I'm only going to buy, I think, one more, but that is mostly for putting down the farmhouse and maybe getting a winery put down. You want to buy the Anderson bale stacker? Well, I mean, it all depends on what you really want to do. So the one that, from what I think what you're saying is, you said the one that lays them out like a sausage. Well, what that one does there is if you're going to make silage bales, you bring the bale over, and it'll wrap it, and it'll look like a long sausage. Or if you want to get the stacker like I use here, well, I used the round one because we got round bales. That just picks up the bales and then stacks them. As you would expect it to do. I guess it all depends on how you want to do your bales. The thing is, also, between the round bales and the square bales with the stackers, I like the way the round bales does it because it kind of pushes them off as they were laying in the stacker itself. The square bales stands them straight up, so when it does that, you got to have a tall telehandler to be able to reach the top ones and get them off. Been playing Forza 6, Hunt for Mascots and XP Boost. Yeah, I did stream that yesterday, and I went back on last night, and I did get my orange wristband last night. It's kind of interesting how much I'm noticing in the game when I'm not streaming, all the details and such things like that. I mean, just looking at the map last night while not streaming, and I could just take time to look at it. I was like, oh, that's what that means. Oh, that's what this means. I also found the treasure card, the Dodge Charger at the golf course. Well, if you want your bales on the floor, not so like the square baler, the Anderson square baler stacker. I mean, so that's not one that you're going to want because that's going to stack them high. So if you are making square bales, then probably the Anderson wrapper is going to be better for you because you can wrap them and then it'll spit them out in a line. I'm looking for the final treasure car. Oh, you've been out really looking for those treasure cars, haven't you? So yeah, as for the wrappers, of course, it's been a while since I've seen... is that under balers? So yeah, this hybrid here would do square and round. That is also available in the selectable bale capacity pack as well. So if you got Farmer G's modded pack, that would be good because you can do the huge bales. So if you're doing square bales and you want them stacked low, then you want this. But if you're looking for the round bales, then this is probably what you want if you want to wrap them separately and then stack them, because this is what, well, technically I got that, but I got this one because we got the selectable bale capacity pack. This is how I stack my bales and put them in the shed, so that's what we do there. All right, let's go grab the manure spreader. And what we're going to do with this, of course, I got to double check my settings here. I'm going to hire a worker to spread manure on the canola field I need to plant. That's going to be under settings. And I got to find... Is it under general settings then? Where workers either buy, use, or whatever they do with it. Lumberjack. Unload bale sound. It's got to be here somewhere then. Ah, right here. So AI workers, I want you to take it from the manure heap. So when I hire a worker, they'll just take the manure right out of the manure heap, so they'll never run out of manure that way. Then we're going to grab the Mercedes and we're going to spread slurry on the grass fields. You want to unfold? Thank you. Alright, so temporary course. Target position. Not sure what I had them do here before. Number of headlands, I'll keep it at 2. We can do overlap because we got plenty of manure. Okay, so it is right there. Alright, so it's taking about 15 minutes. But we'll get a good nice layer of manure on there. So you can see with like the realistic spreading, if you look at the bottom left hand corner of the map, you can see how the center of the line we're going down, we're getting more fertilizer in the center than on the edges. Because that's the way it would be in real life. So while they're doing that, we're going to, like I said, hop into this. And, oh, I left the tanker right there. And it's full. Oh, yeah, I need to go. Yeah, I need to go do that. Take care of the dairy production, aka the butter, because we are getting rather full there, and I don't want that production to stop. But selling that butter next month, that's almost enough money. Well, it will be enough money for the combine, but it won't be enough for the header. But the problem is I won't be able to afford it until next month, and by then our harvest season will be over. But I may just go ahead and buy anyways just to get it off our list. Or maybe I trade in this Mercedes for the Kubota. Well, it seems like I'm going through that manure rather quickly, but that's fine. We got plenty of it. All right, might as well go refill. We're right here. While that's folding up so I can get up there. I said while it's folding up, there it goes. How much is that Kubota? Because I could probably afford it. Is that under medium tractors? Let's see. Might be the M8 series. Yes, the M8 series. 200 horsepower. BKTs. Twin wheels. Oh, that's right. I can't put wide tires on here, but I can do twin wheels. So 3-point attacher in the back. Front load. Do I just want weights on the front? Oh, that's attacher. I don't need the attach. No, we'll leave it that way. Maybe we'll just put some weights on the front. How much weight can I put on the front? 400 kilograms. I don't really need the front for anything. The Mercedes is part of a DLC. Well, let's see. 200 horsepower, CVT transmission. What's the top speed of this? 31 miles an hour? That's not bad. Yeah, so not going to be able to afford the combine for this harvest season because I would need it today, basically, and I need a total of... I got to double my income, which not going to be able to do that today. So I think we'll buy the tractor, and then we'll have the combine for next year. So I think this is the setup I want. I can afford it now as is, so we're going to go ahead and buy it. Yeah, the Mercedes is under the nope, sorry, where's the Mercedes tractors? That's under the Mercedes-Benz DLC. Pick a gear. There we go. Let me fill that up. And you know what? Let's go get the Kubota. Let's go bring this back to the farm and we'll start putting it to use with the slurry spreader. I'll get more use out of the Kubota throughout the rest of the late summer and fall and winter by the time I get to the next harvest season. Yeah, the Mercedes is fine. But being a manual shift, when it comes to workers or when I'm in it, always switching gears as much, it just slows the process down quite a bit. I don't think the Mercedes DLC is that expensive. I'm not sure if the link is in the description below or not for the Mercedes. I want to say when it came out, it was maybe like $8 US, something like that, but don't hold me to it. Don't hold me to that price at all. Oop, I'm on the wrong side of the road. Been playing too much Forza 6, driving on the left-hand side of the road. Hello, John. Welcome. Hope your Saturday has been well. Just bought ourselves a brand new Kubota tractor. So right now I think I will keep the Mercedes because selling it, it's not going to get me anything that we need to buy. And being August and harvest season, there might be some contracts I could send it on. Or there's a cultivating contract. I'm going to accept that. That's not too far from us. And the Mercedes can go do that. Might as well send that tractor off and earn us some cash. And it's been a while since I used... What did I say? I don't remember where my cultivator is, but it's over here. Alright, where is this field again? Okay. Actually, we'll just go through here. Been playing a little Forza. I was just talking about it a little while ago. I played some Forza late last night, and I got myself my orange wristband. And playing it while not streaming it, I was able to notice a lot of things that I was missing while I was streaming. Because I'm not fully focused on the game all the time. So is it that field right there? And if so, how do I get to it? I mean, I could just drive right through the ditch. Okay, let's get ourselves a worker. Sure. So it's going to take about a half an hour. But you know what? I don't want to say I got all day, but I got all month. See, this is what I'm saying about the Mercedes. Even the workers like trying to find the right gear for it. But they'll get the work done. All right, let's hop back into our brand new Kubota. And I got to get back to fertilizing the grass fields here. Watch out for the mayonnaise. Alright, you know what? I can't make that corner in here with this. Alright, get the mini map back up. More relaxing than playing Forza? I guess. I mean, I felt relaxed yesterday playing Forza. More easygoing or so. I think I know what you're trying to say, but yeah. Don't have to be... the only thing I'm racing against today is time. That's about it. We're just waiting for the rain to stop so I can continue on with the harvesting season. Alright, spin this around. So this is a good thing about having now the Kubota on the farm. We got the Fendt 920. They are spreading manure on what will be the canola field for this year. The Mercedes is off doing a cultivating contract for $7,000. And I'm able to use the Kubota to spread slurry on the grass fields. And I think... which worker is done? I'm guessing the manure? Yeah, looks like you're done spreading the manure there. Alright, we'll just leave that there for now. Cultivating contract is going on still. As for the cows, do they? I think I brought straw into them last stream, so I think straw. Yeah, I might want to put a bale in there. Yeah, and also I was thinking about buying like a skid steer or a forklift for the dairy production. Because right now our John Deere 3650 is at the dairy production. And I kind of need it back at the farm to move pallets here. So yeah, just a reminder, because usually I release the Transport Fever 2 episode on a Friday, but because just got a lot going on, I didn't get to record until last night. And so the episode went out just as the live stream started here today. And I'll just say, if I could be in a bit of trouble in Transport Fever 2. As you know, how much trouble can one get in a video game? But yeah, it may have caused a little bit of an issue with the region that I'm building up in. Alright, so these two grass fields are done with lime and spreading some slurry in them. So yeah, perfect and perfect. At least that's what it says. I need to get the bales out of the large grass field so I can get the manure spread in there. So I'm going to go top this off with slurry. We'll hook up to the bale trailer, go pick up the bales. They'll be ready at some point today, just don't know when. And then I'll get that Fent over there, and we'll get a worker to spread manure down there. You start there. We don't need the beacons on. There's no traffic around here. No, I just mentioned that the 3650 is up at the dairy production. Which I gotta go to. Once I get these bales out the field and get the Fent working, I need to go up there because we're almost out of storage space for the butter. So the field to our right could be planting winter barley in that. But that'll be in September. So yeah, I've been having actually a lot of fun doing Forza Horizon 6. The first stream we did pretty good for viewers. Yesterday we started off well for viewers, but as the stream went on further, the viewership kept starting to drop. So I'll have to see how the next stream goes. If it comes to it, I may just have to do videos every once in a while and not stream it. Also, Hillshade Farm, which I played on Thursday. I will say they have been putting out a lot of updates, but I haven't seen in any of the updates to where the player can teleport if they get stuck. Have not seen that option at all. That's right. We're not selling. I keep saying I'm going to sell these bales. I'm not selling these bales. We're keeping these silage bales. Yeah, but right now in Hillshade Farm, my character Sophia is stuck in a barn, and my previous save was 2 hours before that. So either I got to reload the old save and get caught back up, or wait for them to get a player unstuck button. No, we got a John Deere 710 in this farm. It's parked in the shed. I basically only use it to do soil sampling or... Well, I think the only thing I use it for is soil sampling. But the John Deere 710, you'll see it in the shed. It should be on the left-hand side here. Yeah, it's parked in there. The old 710. It's just that, you know, I can't really use it for anything else. It doesn't have the horsepower for what we have. Oh no, my John Deere 3650 is here. It's not the dairy production. Okay, well, I need to go take care of that dairy production. How much longer, because I do need to feed the cows at some point. They are 79% full. Obviously, these are fine. And the cows are good for... Are they good for at least one more month? They are. Alright, so we'll just put these right here. Yeah, on Forza 6, I did a couple more races. Now I'm working my way towards whatever the wristband is after the orange one. Let's go ahead and done with the bale. Well, I think with rye I get straw, but I may not have time to do the baling today. So I'm going to leave this just out here like so. All right, I need to get into, yes, you. And just got to go right across here and we'll start putting manure down, at least the worker will. Yeah, I can kind of see on Forza where people don't like watching the same race over and over. But the races don't last, to me, they don't last that long. And the thing is, I'm still on expert, and I won like 3 races in a row last night, so I hate to on Forza, on some of the racetracks, lower the difficulty when I'm winning other races. I kind of hate doing that. Generate course. And you never need to apologize for saying something that may be the truth. Alright, so while that's going on, forklifts. 55,000 for that. Boy, I don't like skid steers. Well, wait, before I buy it, there's not one for sale. No, of course not. Let's go ahead and grab this. Oh, this is an electric forklift. Yeah, if you suffer from motion sickness, racing games, or like we were seeing on Hillshade Farm, which Hillshade Farm, apparently they kind of fixed a little bit of when driving in the truck. The camera motion, they fixed a little bit of that, they said. Luckily, the dairy production is not too far from the store. Widen out the forklifts right away. Hopefully I can grab 2 pallets side by side. I probably won't actually use a forklift enough to have to recharge it, but if it ever gets too low, we'll get a charger. I'm not going to get one just because we have electric forklift right now. We'll wait until the battery gets down. Because I remember using the electric truck on Fresh Stocks. And I don't think I ever really needed to recharge that one either. But I had the charger, so I did it anyways. So one of my workers is blocked. I'm just not sure which one. I'm going to guess it's the manure spreader. Now let's turn off the beacon because that uses electricity. I just want to grab a couple of these right off. Yeah, it looks like I'll be able to do 3 stacks here. I just want to make sure I leave room for some more butter here. I don't want this production to stop. And again, when it comes time to load up all this butter, because we're going to have over probably 100 pallets of butter, we're probably going to use the auto stacker. All right, let me go see which one is stuck. Yeah, all right. I don't know where you're at, so Have no idea what you were doing there, sir. So I'm going to finish this off, I think. The main thing about having a worker do it is because they're taking it directly right from the manure pit. So I don't have to go back and refill all the time, but I think I got enough manure now to finish off this field. So spent about 300 grand so far today. Actually, maybe not 300 grand. I think we had 250,000. Well, we bought the Kubota M8. I kept thinking it was M7, but it's an M8. And now we got ourselves a forklift, which seemed like that was working rather well for me in there. I think it's the skid steers that I just have a terrible time with. They always just seem just like to rotate on their own. Devs are working on a patch for Forza on the Drivatars. I tried that race again last night in the golf course, and that's how, after I got done trying to race on that golf course, I found the Dodge Charger, because then it hit me. I'm like, wait a minute, one of the treasure cars are at the golf course. The dune buggy race on the golf course, man, I can't. I can't go at the pace with the Drivatars. Not even close. Alright, we're going to get this worker to go spread manure on the field across from the yard, where I'm going to be planting winter barley in September. I don't know why I'm coming over here for when I want to go here. Well, it looks all good. Generate course. I need to get back into here. The Dodge Charger and Forza, I think, is like a late 60s model. Try fitting the aerial Nomad with all-wheel drive, then it drives a lot better. So last night I was looking to do some modifications of one of my cars, and it says I need to unlock stuff. I I need to get some upgrades for the garage. So I must be missing something there. Because I mentioned that yesterday. I realized when I was in the race, I could change a couple of things. But to modify some cars when you're not in a race, it looks like you have to upgrade the garage or something. You got the 69 Dodge Charger made up as a General Lee in real life. I think that's what that Charger is. Because when you find the Dodge Charger at the golf course, they talk about it being used in Hollywood, and it's orange. It's not painted like the General Lee, but if you know, then you would say yes, that's definitely the General Lee. There's probably a couple reasons why they don't make it look like the General Lee in the TV series. One, maybe for copyrights, and two, yeah, that flag is not looked upon too well anymore, or never really has been in some situations. Alright, so hopefully in a couple in-game hours the rain will stop and I can get to harvesting the rye field and especially the canola fields. I should have enough space in the dairy to where it's not going to stop production. Kind of weird that I'm inside the building, but since it's raining outside, the wipers are going to stay on. This little forklift seems to be performing well, or I'm using it well enough. See how much space I've given myself in there. Yeah. Probably should move a little bit more. Not like I have anything else to do other than speed up time to when the rain stops. That's not what I wanted. All right, these aren't going to pile nicely on top. I think just moving these over. And September we'll be selling them anyways, so I don't think I'm going to fill up by September. Our cows aren't making that much milk. Thing is, it's going to be quite a few trips to the store with the butter. If I were to sell the butter today, where's the butter going to? It's going to the bakery. At least it would today. And right now we got $157,000 worth of butter. If I sold it today, it's $144,000. But I don't really need the cash. Hello, Miles. Welcome. You had the flag on the roof and the old one on the doors. Used for car shows and meets. I bet you you may get offers on that every once in a while at car meets. Before I speed through time, maybe I should see what the contracts are out there. Baling, Deadwood. Alright, nothing my workers would be able to do. Alright, let's see if we can get this rain to finally stop and we can get to do some harvesting. Hopefully by 1 o'clock it'll stop. There we go. I don't know if it's still raining or not. There it goes. And someone that's finished work. I was going to say, hopefully it's you because I need the grain trailer. Oop, I thought the road was there, but it's actually over there. That's where the ditch is. Let me just leave this right here. Finally, the rain has stopped. It's been raining all stream. It was raining at the end of last stream. It was raining all stream so far today. But we got a lot of farm work done while it was raining. Also, while I'm harvesting, not you, we're going to grab you. We're going to get the worker to start planting that canola, because that needs to be planted this month. And I'm going to be busy doing the harvesting. Switch that over to canola. Sorry, those 3 harvested fields, they got to be done today because September is no good. Let me just double check on this, make sure I'm correct on it. But canola and rye. So rye, yeah, last month that we can harvest the rye, and canola, we're in the last month that we can do that. All right. Let's get a course for you. 6 meter wide. Number of headlands 3. We'll do a 3% overlap. Generate course. And there we go. Well, that Kubota with the dual tires seems to be pulling that pretty good. All right, into the harvester. Fire that up. Header down. Turn that on. Oh, wait. Straw swath is what we want if I can. And yes, we can get straw from rye. So again, I think I can feed the chickens rye. If not, we'll store it and sell it in December. No, I'm not going to buy the grain mill and make flour and do bread. We got enough productions going. We got 3 productions. We got the oil mill to make, well, oil. Which then gets sent to the mayonnaise production to make mayonnaise. And we got the dairy production. Who would have finished work? Oh, that would be the contract is done. So when we get done harvesting our 3 fields, I'm probably going to go sell this combine header and header trailer, because definitely next year we'll have the upgraded combine where the header will be twice the working width, so we get done the harvest a lot quicker. I'm not sure the capacity of the new combine, but it should be able to hold a couple thousand more liters, I would hope. But it really just comes down to twice the working width on the header, so we can get these the harvest done at a quicker pace. Also, with these 3 fields, once I get them harvested, I gotta look at the crop rotation for them and see what crop I should be planting next. Especially if it's canola or mustard, because we're in the first month for planting of that. That's why we got the Kubota planting canola in the other field already. Since we're kind of near the fence, let's just go grab that. We'll unload. While it's unloading, let me get into queue, make sure the worker is gone. I don't want the worker just sitting in that vehicle charging me. And then we'll go to contracts, and we're going to complete that for $7,735. Been a while since I've done a contract. All right, and we'll leave that there for now. Any other contracts come up? Although I'm fighting with other farmers to do stuff. Harvesting for $308. How small is that field? Small field, as you would expect. I do have a tedder. I could do some teddy contracts, but those aren't paying that well enough for me to want to do that. Now, what I might do is, well, the Fent is on carting duty. Kubota is planting, so maybe I should bring the Mercedes back. And I could hitch up the baler to that and have them follow me. Actually, I probably should just go ahead and do that now. Let's get into that Mercedes, bring that back. Because that way I don't have to bail later on. Yeah, I'm going to try to avoid going in the neighboring farmer's field. Straw bales can be sold. I got a good amount of them over at the cow barn. I'll make sure automatic drop is on, so I hit Z. Alright, and then you just follow me. So the only thing with a follow me worker that I really should not do, especially when it comes to a baler, is I can back up a little bit, but not a whole lot. So let's just go around like so. So I would like to go over and do the second rye field right after this one, because that kind of makes sense. But I'm going to check our oil production and if it went through that canola, which I doubt it did. But if the oil mill is out of canola, I should probably go harvest the second canola field just to get that production up and going. Because mayonnaise sells best in October. And I want to make sure that, you know, we get the max out of it, what we can. If you remember what happened last in-game farming year, I sold the mayonnaise at the peak time, and I want to say pretty much as I got back to the farm, a great demand came up for mayonnaise, and it was $1,000 more than what I just sold it for. Now, in a hard economy, that's a lot. So I missed out on like an extra $30,000 worth of mayonnaise. I still got a good price for it because I sold it at the peak time, but if I was just a little bit slower in delivering it, I would have got like $30,000 more. Alright, so the Fent. I also would like a really, not really much bigger grain trailer, but as we have seen, our 200 horsepower tractors struggle just a tad with that much. Oil mill canola. Nope, we still got plenty of canola in there. Yeah, we are making mustard. Let's just visit this place for a second. Where does that mustard spawn? Alright, so I don't got no mustard yet. Nope, mustard is spawning over here. So that's kind of interesting. So like the drop-off point for the oil or oil products are here. I thought they would have dropped off here. The raisins go here. So I thought like well, not the raisins, the grapes go there. And I thought the raisins and grape juice would spawn here. But no, the mustard's out here. Well, as long as it's spawning somewhere. This is the smallest of the 3 fields we have to harvest this month. So you can hear the Mercedes behind us going through the gears as it's hauling the baler. Also need to double check if any of the fields I am harvesting, although looking at the soil sampling, I don't think this one will need it. The second drive field may need soil sampling. Taking me longer to harvest this one field than I thought it would. That's what you get for looking at a mini map and saying, oh, it's the smallest of the fields. So you don't think it's going to take too long, or it takes longer than what you thought it would. Hello, Jenka. Welcome. Hope you're having a good Saturday. I almost said Tuesday there for a second. We're not even close to Tuesday. Wonder how our Kubota is getting along planting that field. Well, at least they're moving. Don't tell me my worker. Yep, better move that. Alright, I'll go drop off this rye while the Mercedes gets caught up to the combine. First things first, though, see if I can top off the chickens. Okay, so the chickens don't take rye. Thought they did. Well, the chickens, I think, need to be fed this month. So, actually, they're good for another 2.5 months. So the rye, we'll just have to sell, I would assume, December/January. See that big stack of straw there, so we don't need to be keeping any. Am I too far away? I think I would be about the right distance. Alright, while that's unloading, let me just check on that Kubota. Actually, they got a little bit more to go, don't they? They got quite a ways to go. But it's looking good. Might have to move that fence once again. for the worker. Of course we do. So yeah, now with the Kubota on the farm, our shopping list is just pretty much down to upgrading the combine, which I need $500,000. Which does seem like quite a bit, but we'll have that come next harvest season. It's nice having the follow me worker be able to do the baling behind us. Saves us a job that we need to do right afterwards. I think what side road to drive on, we do it on the same side. Sounds like Miles is talking in code to me, and I'm not sure what that means. All right, one field down, 2 to go. The thing is, the fields get bigger. Oh, on Ford's a 6. I try to remember what side of the road to be driving on in Farm Sim, Forza, and everything like that, and I always seem to be on the wrong side. Because I forget what I'm doing. Alright, so we're in field number 16. And we just did canola. So field number 16, we just did canola. So this is the one we'll have to change. I could do triticale. So rye doesn't really help us at all with the chickens or anything like that. So I could do triticale or spelt. I am doing a field of canola. What about, where's mustard? Oh, wait. So I would have to put this as... Mustard would just be 100%, so probably not mustard. Spring wheat or barley look good. Did I go past canola? I must have. Yeah, canola's not good at... Canola's not good at all. Wait, I'm changing... Wait a minute. I'm changing the wrong... I'm changing the wrong one. Nuts! It was canola, then rye. Alright, hang on a second. I gotta put this back to rye. Boy. Okay, there's rye. Need to be changing this one. So canola. What's canola looks like? Canola is 85%. I'm assuming mustard's going to be the same. Yeah, mustard doesn't do a whole lot. But I could put mustard here, but I'd rather do mustard in a big field. So, sorghum is good, but I don't have a planter. Triticale is good. Winter wheat, 120%. That's what we'll plant here. Alright, auger in. Throw the beacons on. I think I can sneak through here, but I gotta be very careful. With, well, first off, traffic doing that. All right, we made it over here. And time is looking pretty good. I did put it at 2 times, not 3 times like I usually do. Actually, I would not mind a great demand on the butter, because that would be kind of cool to have. Although I wish it would wait another month before it does it at the peak time. And I kind of hope that I don't have to go too far with the butter. Because even though we're going to actually use the auto-loading feature on our trailer, I think that can hold like maybe 30 pallets at most. And we're going to have over 100 pallets. So it's going to take about 3 trips. But, of course, the money coming in is going to look nice. Again, I'm not really taking the corners that well. I'm not like going to the edge and backing up, because with a follow me worker, they sometimes get a little bit confused once in a while if you do that. Yeah. Well, I need to unload this combine, but I'm looking for a good spot to do it, and there isn't really one to do it. I'm going to try to do it in here, which in real life would not probably work. Let me get into here. And that was, the auger's kind of in my grass field. Oh, not, okay, that's not my grass field. Oh, that grass field. That's the grass, okay. Wrong field. It's in this grass field. I'm going to keep chasing these wild boars. Alright, I'm going to drive through this river here. Or, that's more like a stream. Now, auger is somewhere in these trees. Yeah, it's filling up. Like how YouTube just sent me an email about my February stats on the channel. February. We're like a week away from June, which, saying that out loud, I'm a week where we are a week away from the month of June. I'm already thinking of where the heck did the spring of 2026 go in May. And I wish the weather would make up its mind what it's doing too. So like, what was it? Monday and Tuesday this past week where I live, it was approaching 90 degrees Fahrenheit. Of course, you know, I shouldn't have to say Fahrenheit at that point. If it's 90 degrees Celsius, we all got problems. And then 2 nights ago, or was it last? No, it wasn't last night. The night before last, we had frost warnings, and I woke up with just a tad bit of frost on the ground. Got down to freezing temperatures. Surprised that Kubota is still planting that canola. I thought that would be done by now. So for some reason I thought I could feed rye to the chickens, but it's no big deal. We'll just sell the grain in the wintertime. So again, this field right here might need soil sampling. I don't know, I'm thinking, when I bought the Kubota, I was thinking, yeah, let's sell the Mercedes, but actually, the setup that we're doing right now, I'm liking it. I realize the trailer's full. I'm just trying to get off this field without driving through the stream. So I'm heading back to the farm to put this into the silo. Might as well grab the 3%. I mean, I'm driving right past here. I might do a welfare check or wellness check on the on the Kubota. Just make sure it's not stuck on something and spinning its tires. I mean, I should get a notification that it is stuck, but sometimes it doesn't always give you that notification. Like I said, sometimes you don't get the notification that they're stuck. Okay. How did you, how? Okay, I usually don't use super strength on this series, but I think in this situation here, this is where we get some leeway on that. Alright, there isn't much left, so I'm going to park this here. We'll finish this up after this this harvest. Oh, yeehaw. That's a bridge that I put in. That's not, that bridge is not there on the map. So, right. Just want to see if that is, yeah, that's in January. So we're harvesting, we're in field number 94. 94. So this would be the next crop because we're harvesting rye. Canola's not great. Spring wheat or barley are good. Oats are pretty good. If I just leave this field number 94 with this cycle right here, 125, 120, 120. So Triticale will go there. When does Triticale get planted? Next month. All right. And I think Triticale, no, that's the wrong button. If I go here, construction. Just looking at the symbols. So that's wheat, barley, sorghum. I think that's winter wheat, winter barley, corn. Is that Triticale, either one of those symbols? Don't know. I think so. I think it's that one right there. So I can feed Triticale to the chickens. I just want to make sure we got feed. We're gonna have plenty of feed for the chickens next year. And I got enough to get through another year. And I think the other field I haven't harvested yet with the canola in it, I'll probably put mustard in that one, since mustard is considered a cover crop. And I may have done the crop rotation wrong, where I'm planting the canola. So I'm not sure how the cover crop works in the new crop rotation for FS25. In 22, we just had the one bar where all the crops were. Now we got two. So was it considered the field was actually fallow and it was mustard and I got that set correctly? I don't know. I'll just have to match the numbers when I get back over to plant the canola field. I'll see what the expected yield is showing in the field, and I'll go to the crop rotation chart and see if that matches what I did. All right, Boris, get out of my rye field. So as long as the weather holds out the rest of the month, I can get the harvesting done. Just by adjusting the time scale, we'll make sure we leave ourselves plenty of daylight. Although it'll be in August, I would assume, until 7 o'clock in the evening, so I got like another 4 in-game hours. So at ×2 scale, I got 2 hours to get it done. Oops, and I am pretty much full. So, mustard, because we are making mustard, old-style mustard pallets. Well, we almost got $4,500 worth of mustard, so it's not... Oh, that's not until March. All right, so we got plenty of time there. And how much mustard do we got in... Oh, I can't see because that's actually in a factory, so that's not going to show it here. How much mustard am I going to get? 26,000... And it's almost 1 for 1. Okay. And yeah, we are getting manure out of it as well when I make canola oil. We do get some manure over there. It's got plenty of space for it. Try and see if I get enough room to turn around after just doing 2 headlands. Yeah, maybe not. I think I need to, if I didn't have the follow me worker, I could do it, because I could just back up a little bit. But again, that worker does not like it when you back up. I don't think I even turn here. I gotta back up a little bit. Hopefully it won't confuse the worker too much. Oh, they made it around the corner. They're fine. Frank understands what we're trying to achieve. Well, I'm going to try to keep the auger on the side that we harvested, so instead of just going back and forth, I'm going to come down here and grab this. Just that we do fill up rather quickly. Let me grab this little patch here. I'll try to drive over the spots that the baler didn't pick up the straw, so it may pick it up that time around. Trailer's looking kind of full of grain, so I don't think I'm going to be able to unload a whole bunch here. So I'm saying, this is why we're upgrading the combine. This combine did fit our initial rules of no combines over 250 horsepower, but I think it's just getting a little bit too painful doing these harvests with that small of a combine. So we're going to up our horsepower limit on the combines. Not the tractor, just the horsepower on the combines. Been watching the Realistic Economy playlist. Wondering if you'd be down for a convoy. I've done convoys before with a couple of people. My schedule, though, is this. My schedule is I don't have one, basically. I mean, as videos go out, I do have a schedule, but as for when I get a chance to play, it's never really a set time, so I can never really commit to anything like that. Bob, as I talked about, I can't get a bigger trailer. I cannot get a bigger grain trailer than what we have. Our tractor kind of struggle. I don't want to say struggles with it, but I mean, you can see here we're just doing like 12 miles an hour. We're pretty much at the max capacity for what our tractors can handle. It's not that I can't afford a bigger grain trailer, since that our tractors won't be able to really haul it around too well. So let's say I go to 30,000 liter. This is a 20,000. I go to a 30,000 liter. I might be able to barely do like 10 miles an hour driving around the map on flat land. If I go uphill, then forget it. And that's kind of the reason why I've been buying all the fields around the farm. We're not going too far, because we don't have to go far to unload the trailers. We just got to go around the corner and we're back. I thought about possibly getting a semi-truck and trailer, but then I think that kind of goes against what we're trying to do on this map, which is stick to the smaller equipment that I rarely ever use, because on my farms we always end up just going bigger and bigger, and before you know it, you don't really use the small stuff that long. And actually, I kind of came up with the idea for trying to run a small farm because of branding, but looks like branding has not been here for a while, so I'm not sure if he's doing well or not, or he just got bored of what we do here, or what happened to Branding, but I hope he's doing okay. I also don't want to go for the trailers that hold a lot and don't use. So like, I know you said, I think you said the Titan trailer, or what's the one from Omatana? Having a brain fart there. I don't want to use those trailers that hold like 200,000 liters but don't have any weight to it, because it takes away from it. Takes away from what we're trying to do here. I'm trying to be as realistic as I possibly can without making it too realistic to where it gets boring to watch and play. What about a farm sim server? I don't run a farm sim server. I used to. Not for 25, but I used to run a farm sim server. The problem is, usually what happens is, when you start out on a new farm, everyone wants to join. And for about the first week, you know, a lot of stuff gets done, and then after about a week, no one shows up. TARDIS, that's it. Bob threw me off with a Titan, and my brain locked up on it. I knew it began with a T, and I was like, I can't find that word in my brain right now. And also, with having a farm sim server, I would need to find someone that can manage the farm and would be there all the time. I had someone in mind, and I was talking to him about it, but, well, they don't come here anymore either. So, and I haven't seen them on Discord as well. So, yeah, I'm not too sure. We're next to the trailer, so let's go ahead and unload. And as I talked about before, with the farm sim, because a lot of people, I've talked about it quite a bit in the last month and a half, 2 months. Some people come in like, oh, not many people stream or do videos on farm sim anymore. And I think the game has gotten to the point of people have gotten bored of it, and they're out of ideas and what to do. It's just like here on my channel, I was doing a recorded series and live streaming it quite a bit. I've cut back on the live streams because there are a lot of other games I want to get to. And right now I'm not doing a recorded series either. Just because, one, I don't have time, and two, I just don't feel... I don't feel like getting into recorded series just yet. And I just don't want to make videos just to make videos. I want to make videos because I'm enjoying the game that I'm playing. If I just record to record and I don't have fun doing it, it's going to show in the video, and then that's just going to turn the viewers off as well. I mean, just this week alone, we had 2 new games that we streamed, which was Forza Horizon 6. Hillshade Farm, I will say I was kind of... I mean, I like what the game can be, but I was rather disappointed in how the game was from when we played the demo back in November and how it performed on Thursday. But I will say this, they've done about 5 or 6 hot fixes on the Hillshade Farm game. And from a lot of the fixes I saw, those are problems I didn't even encounter yet. So at least they're working on it. It's not one of those games that seems like when they put out, grab the money and be like, okay, we're going to move on to a different type of game. And of course, at some point, the other games we still got to look forward to this year. At some point, I don't know exactly the dates, but we'll have Transport Fever 3. And we got the third story of A Plague Tale coming out sometime this year. And My Time at Evershine will be coming out this year as well. I actually think they, for My Time at Evershine, I think they've actually had some alpha testers. So that is a good sign that they're getting alpha testers, which means, you know, maybe within about 3 months or so. I guess all depends on how their test goes. Oh yeah, and I think Construction Sim, a new version of Construction Sim, is scheduled to come out this year. And those are the ones I can think of at the top of my head, so plenty of games to get to in the year 2026. Yeah, just getting back to like doing convoys or doing farm sim multiplayer stuff. I think it's one reason why it's hard for me to get into multiplayer, because I try to have a schedule when I get episodes recorded. I try to make sure that the episodes go out on the day that I usually schedule them, but as when I record them, I try to have a schedule. Usually I record ATS for Sunday on a Thursday evening. And here it is Saturday. I haven't got to it yet. It was just like I released an episode of Transport Fever 2 today that usually goes out on a Friday. And I usually record that on a Tuesday, but I didn't get to it until last night. Yeah, someone else asked me about branding iron a couple days ago on Discord, and like I said, I just haven't heard from him at all. I think he also left the Discord channel. I know he said he was causing, well, he was having fun with it, but he was causing problems, or as he said, laughed, causing some issues in some other live streams. So maybe he got into trouble, I don't know. Maybe YouTube banned him for a while. But that doesn't explain the Discord situation. Or maybe I got him upset and he left, because I have done that to a few people. So as you can see here, this one field, as I said, this combine is fine. But for the fields that we got, yeah, it's time to get an upscaled combine and header. Getting one twice the working width of this, which means I can get the work done twice as fast, would be good. Because I got one more field to harvest after this, which is the canola field, and that field is about the same size as this one. Well, that person you just mentioned right there, Bob, that is one person I could care less if they even come here. I didn't ban him from the channel. But yes, this is another one that one there. That's about the only one of the ones I have left. Or I wouldn't say left, but they just haven't been on the channel for a long time. But that's the one person. It's like, you know what? I could care less if they even come here. I think I've seen him in other live streams before. And it's funny because I'll go to the live streams and I can see he's typing in there. And the thing is, I'm a moderator on some of those channels. And it is funny because the second I say hello to the streamer and to some people in chat, he stops talking. I find that funny. Oh, I thought I had more room in the trailer than that. I actually think I can get an upgrade for this trailer. You know what? We're going to be back at the yard here by dropping off this. Let me see if there's an upgrade for this trailer, which I think there is. And we'll see how well, you know, maybe it's not going to be as bad as I think it's going to be. Yeah, but you can see even like going through here, the tractor kind of struggles hauling this trailer around, but if the upgrade to the trailer doesn't cost that much, maybe I'll give it a go, or maybe I've already paid for it. I don't know. Yeah, I'm with you, John. Like I said, I could care less if they ever show up again. Also, a lot of times I think he was just full of it, or full of himself as well. But anywho, all right, let's get to our toolbox here. And let's do customize. Extension is, ooh. I'm not worried about the price too much. It's only $4,200. I'm a little bit worried about how tall it is. Well, we just added about 10,000 liters to the capacity. The question is going to be, well, there's two questions. One, can the auger of the combine reach that high? And two, how well is the Fendt going to pull it? Let's see if this will... Oh, wait. Okay, so that's a lot taller than I thought it was. Alright. Alright, so we got ourselves a bigger trailer, or a larger trailer. Same trailer, we just put the extension on it. You and Bob always be here. Unless I start doing some weird games, you may not be. Who knows? But I appreciate anyone that always comes in and enjoys being here and spending time watching me play video games and fool around a bit. I still remember when I did like my first couple of streams about 1.5 years ago. I didn't think I would like streaming that much. And the reason why I didn't stream until about 1.5 years ago is because I didn't have internet capable of doing so. Then once I did, I was like, well, I'll give streaming a try, but I think I will mostly stick to just doing recorded episodes. But after getting into streaming a little bit, I like being able to interact with you guys in real time rather than trying to reply to... I still like to see comments on videos, and I try to put a heart down for the most part when I read them, when I haven't been able to do that in the last week or so. But being able to interact with you guys in real time is always nice, because it's nice to get the answers right away sometimes, or get an explanation a little bit faster. Love the videos. Well, I appreciate that. Well, we are here. Might as well unload here. So yeah, the only problem I may have with this grain trailer is 31,000 liters. I mean, the Fendt will be able to pull it around the map, but it might struggle when I go to kills. So when we go to harvest the canola field, and I got to go to the oil mill, I got to go up to kill. And when I went up there before without the extension on it, I think we were going up the hill at 8 miles an hour. Now that I'm going to be hauling 10,000 liters more, it's going to be interesting to see when I get a full trailer load of canola how it's going to do. As long as it's not a racing game, you'll be there. I can understand that with motion sickness. I'm glad I don't suffer from any type of motion sickness. I don't get seasick. I don't get motion sickness. Riding, I know a couple people that if they ride in a car for just for half an hour, they got to get out, and they can't handle even riding in a car for more than that length of time. Alright, just a couple more passes and the rye harvest for the year will be done. And then I gotta jump into the Kubota that we bought today. And I gotta finish planting that canola that it was doing and got stuck in a tree. If you're in a moving car for more than a half hour or so, you're asleep. Well, I hope you're not driving when that happens. Half an hour. That's how long it used to take me to drive to work. It used to take me like a half hour, 40 minutes, depending on traffic. Half hour, 40 minutes into work. Half hour, 40 minutes back home after work. Infectious, welcome. Hope you're having a good Saturday. Only do that when you're a passenger. Well, I mean, I would hope so. I kind of really don't have an understanding what it's like to be a passenger in a car, because every time it seems like I am going somewhere, people make me drive. So, contrary to what you see in Farming Simulator or my racing games, whatever, where you may laugh at my driving style there, I would assume in real life I must be a pretty good driver, because people always say I'm driving. Alright, so we're going to turn the combine off in a second. Let's get rid of the worker. AI worker neighbor David was stopped manually. My vehicle is out of fuel. Uh-oh. I was like, why did that just shut off on its own? Man, now I gotta go buy... And since I can't lease or borrow items on this series, I'm gonna have to buy a fuel tanker. I thought they had like a half a tank of fuel when I started. Okay, that... Okay, well there is a trick you can do in Farming Simulator. So if I log out and reload the game will put in a little bit of fuel into the tractor. That'll be enough for me to get it to the hut and refuel it. So, and since I can't buy just like a 2-gallon canister and bring it over, but hello Panther, welcome. Hope you're having a good Saturday. In case I missed you, can't remember now. Usually zone out and switch over to autopilot and wonder how the heck I got there alive. I think we've all done that driving before. You start daydreaming, then you snap out of it, and you're like, how long? I don't remember driving for the past 10, 15 minutes, but okay. I was hitting quite a few cars yesterday on Forza Horizon. All right, let's switch over to the Kubota. And we'll finish off planting of this. Oh, yeah, this is what I was going to check on. All right, so crop rotation yields only 105%. Wait, what field number am I in? 65. Field 65, 105. 65. So I'm showing 110%. So I'm guessing I'm not understanding how that should be. So if I put canola in here, that's not making sense. So it should be, oh, it was, oats. Last fruit was mustard. So oats, mustard, canola should be 110%. But it's showing me crop rotation yields only 105%. Well, it is what it is. I actually think, even though the horsepower and the transmission are the same, now it could be because I got dual wheels on here and the Fendt 920 has wide tires, but it seems like the Kubota handles this drill better than the Fendt. So this field is all set until next year. You didn't think it was possible to run out of fuel in the game. I've done it. But if you do, like I said, if you don't have a fuel trailer or anything like that, if I were to exit back to the main menu and reload the game will put in some fuel into the tractor. So when I reload the game, I'll have enough, like I said, to get that Mercedes up to the hut, and I can refuel it then. So instead of buying a fuel tanker to refuel that with, I'm probably just going to go ahead and do that. Kind of cheating the system a little bit, but actually I wanted to do fertilizer there. But let me go ahead and get this combine here. I don't need the baler to follow us because the next thing I'm going to be doing is harvesting canola. Let's see, I got to get to... Just trying to figure out how to get to that field from here. Because the header trailer is back at the yard, so I think I can get over the bridge with this. Right? Is that a low bridge? No, we got the... There's light posts on the bridge, so the header's going to hit that. We'll just have to go the long way around, or long-ish way around. And again, after I finish harvesting the canola, we're going to sell the combine. There's no sense of keeping it and letting it depreciate in value for another year. And next year we'll have its bigger brother. I think I can get up through here. Somebody left a slurry tanker there. All right, I should have room to get around that. There we go. We are harvesting some canola. This is an odd-shaped field-ish. But it's a nice field with a good yield in it. So, at least with the canola, this will go to the oil mill to make canola oil. And then the canola oil gets distributed to the mayonnaise production, where it mixes oil and eggs to make mayonnaise. So progressed quite a bit. Oh, that was weird. Graphically colliding with that building there. We bought ourselves the M8 Kubota today, as you just saw me drilling it with it in the field. We also bought a forklift for the dairy production to move the pallets around. To at least get them out of the spawn point. Again, though, when I sell those butter next month, we're going to auto-load them. which is something I've restricted pretty much on this Let's Play, but we're going to be loading over 100 pallets of butter, so we're going to use the autoloader for that. Now this field here, I want to put mustard into it. But trying to figure out how crop rotation actually uses mustard, I got to figure that out. How to use that in the crop rotation. Because crop rotation sees it as a cover crop, but it seems like on Pichonniere Valley, it shows it as a crop. If that makes sense. So I got to get that stat to equal out to where the canola yields 105%. Then once I know how to use it, I'll see if it's worth putting mustard down. Just making the typical French condiments, mayo and mustard. And maybe later on in the farm, in a couple of years, wine. These trees are rather close to our field, but looks like we're going to be okay. I don't think I've ever gotten stuck on one of them yet. But next year, when I have a 12-meter wide header, twice as wide as this one, the combine won't be as close to the trees. I think there's wild boars in the field. I just saw some of the canola moving around in the middle of the field. I think they're running through it. But the last harvest for us in the Dominator, I think it's a Mega Dominator, kind of what it's called. This mod is on the mod hub. Looks like I may get back around, but I think I'm going to come up just short. No, I'll get back to the headland, which should give me enough room to unload. Ask Jenka to get rid of the trees. She's a mean tree terminator. I've destroyed enough trees in Farming Simulator 25. We're not allowed to use a sawmill here. If I get rid of trees on Pichonniere, the only thing I'm allowed to do really pretty much is use a lumberjack mod and just get rid of the tree completely. So there is our mayonnaise. Oh, I still got super drink turned on. I need to turn that off. Yeah, we got ourselves some lovely little mayonnaise forming there. The cows, how you guys doing on straw? They're going to need some straw. Going to need to feed them sometime soon. Yeah, I just realized that it is, for me, it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and I got some things I got to do this afternoon. That's why I started the stream a little bit earlier today, so I can get in a decent stream for a Saturday. So I'm going to have to end the stream, like right about now. Because I do need to get to some things. But, hey, look at that. We got ourselves a Kubota. And we also got ourselves today a lovely little forklift for all of our butter. This is the amount of butter that we have so far out here. Plus, we got like 50,000 in storage. So we got these plus 50 more pallets in storage. We'll be selling those next month. So that would be good money coming on in. But having that tractor on the farm, I thought about selling the Mercedes. But honestly, I can see myself using that Mercedes while I'm using these two tractors as well, getting more work done. So we get a lot of that done moving forward. So like I said, earlier today I did release an episode of Transport Fever 2, if that's your thing. Yeah, may have run into a problem on Transport Fever 2. You have to watch the video to find out. Tomorrow, fingers crossed, because I haven't done it yet, but hopefully we'll have an episode of American Truck Simulator. Like I said, I usually record that on a Thursday. Here this Saturday, have not gotten to it yet. So hopefully I can get an episode out for you tomorrow. And I should be back Monday streaming. As for what we're streaming yet, I don't know. It could be Farm Sim 25 here in Pichonniere. Could be Forza Horizon 6. Could be Hillshade Farm. I don't know. But a lot to get to. But yeah, I know usually I don't end the stream this early in the day, but I did start a couple hours earlier than usual to get in. I think we got like 3 hours in. Yeah, we're almost approaching 3 hours, so that's good. But yeah, I need to jump out of here, get some real life stuff done. So yeah, enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Have a good Sunday, and hopefully I will see you all on Monday. But until then, have a good one.